Alright, I thought I would give a good video description of actually what I'm experiencing. And what I have is an iPhone 8. And when I received the phone, it was booting up and working with random powering off. And then it would power back on. And it would stay on anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes before it had rebooted. I went through the panic log, and it looked like it was pointing at my NAND. So what I did is I pulled the board out of the phone, out of the housing, and connected it to a charger, connected it to a charging port and battery out of the housing, no screen, no anything. And as I pushed on NAND, it would stay on and boot fine. As soon as I let go of pressing on NAND, it would power off. If I flexed the board just a tiny bit, it would stay on, and as soon as I released the flex, it would power back off again. So I removed NAND. When I remove NAND, all pads are good on my NAND, or on my board, except for two. This one, which is the positive line for the PCIe NAND to the AP, and then the negative line. So these two lines were, the pads were missing. So I ran a couple of traces. And let's see. If we zoom in and I remove my NAND, these two lines are OL. And they connect over here to this caps. These two here, C1100, C1101, and they connect to this side and to this side of the cap. I checked my caps. There's no continuity between the two sides. Once I let me get to this side. So if we go to the other side of that cap, you can see it goes to CPU, and that line is OL as well. And if we go back over to the other cap, on this side, it also goes to CPU, and it's OL. So with the NAND removed, and I run my jumpers, one here that goes there, one here that goes there. There's continuity when I check my pad or my jumper from here up to here, and from there back to the other pad. There's continuity. So now I put the NAND back on the board, I restore the phone, and it restores successfully, and as soon as it finishes, it immediately jumps right back into DFU mode. So I took a reading here and here. Well, let me show you. I'll just minimize this. Get my multimeter out. You can see right now it's at OL. Let's check. That is diode mode. So I'm going to put it red on ground. Yeah. So let's see, find ground right here. Right there on that shield I'll put ground. And now I'm going to check this side. 352, 351. Check this side. 352. 351, 352. So I'm getting a reading here now. On this side, I'm getting 452. and 453. So I'm getting 100 higher on this side than I am on this side. But if this side's OL and this side's OL on each connection, I don't know where I'm picking up that reading from or whether it's supposed to be that way. I don't have another Qualcomm iPhone 8 donor board to find out if that's supposed to do that. I've actually replaced this NAND 5 times with 4 different NANDs. So I've had it off the board 5 times, back on the board. Each one of the NANDs, they all do the same thing. So I don't think it's my NAND. It's a 256 gigabyte. And I've tried a 64, I've tried a 128, another 128. But either way, they all do the same thing. They restore successfully, but they go straight back to DFU mode. But prior to pulling the NAND and running these 2 jumpers, all I would have to do is just put a little bit of pressure here on the NAND. I just put my finger on it and press a little bit, and then with it connected, it would power on and work. And as soon as I let go, it would power off. So I guess I'm a little bit confused on what's causing that, and maybe somebody would have an idea on what's going on with that. Since it did work before removing, I don't think it's an internal board trace that's causing it, because otherwise it would continue to boot if I pressed on the NAND, but it doesn't. So something else is going on, and I've removed those jumpers and I put those jumpers back on now 2 times with the same result. So I don't know that it's even related to the jumpers. Maybe I reflowed something or caused I floated something. Let me see. Over here on this side as I was heating up the NAND. So I don't know if it's the PMU or one of these other IC chips that maybe I've floated something. I've also put on a brand new TriStar and it passes my TriStar tester, so I don't think it's that. There's really not anything else close. And on the opposite side, of course, I have nothing but my SIM card tray. There is no swollen or solder balls on this side like I did anything to anything there. So I don't know, I'm just confused. So if you could help me with that, I would be grateful. Thank you.